Ibrim, Hebrews, chapters 6 and 7. Therefore, having left the word of the beginning of Hamashiach, let us go on to perfection, not laying again the foundation of repentance from dead works, and of belief toward Elohim, of the teaching of immersions, and of laying on of hands, and of resurrection of the dead, and of everlasting judgment. And this we shall do, if Elohim indeed permits. For it is impossible for those who were once enlightened, and have tasted the gift of the Shamayim, and have become partakers of the Ruah HaKodesh, and have tasted the good word of Yahuah and the powers of the age to come, and fall away, to renew them again to repentance, having impaled for themselves the bane of Yahuah again, and put him to open shame. For ground that is drinking the rain often falling on it, and is bearing plants fit for those by whom it is filled, receives barakah from Elohim. But if it brings forth thorns and thistles, it is rejected and near to being cursed, and ends up by being burned. But although we speak in this way, beloved, we are persuaded concerning you of better matters which possess deliverance. For Yahuah is not unrighteous to forget your work and labor of love which you have shown toward his name, and that you have attended to the Kodashim, and do attend. And we desire that each one of you show the same eagerness to the entire confirmation of expectation until the end, in order that you do not become sluggish, but imitate those who through belief and patience inherit the promises. For Elohim, having promised Abraham, since he could swear by no one greater, swore by himself, saying, Truly, barakah, I shall barak you, and increasing I shall increase you. And so, after being patient, he obtained the promise. For men do indeed swear by the one greater, and an oath for confirmation is for them an end of all dispute. In this way Elohim, resolving to show even more clearly to the heirs of promise the unchangeableness of his purpose, confirmed it by an oath, so that by two unchangeable matters in which it is impossible for Elohim to lie, we might have strong encouragement, we who have fled for refuge to lay hold of the expectation put before us, which we have as an anchor of the Chai, both safe and firm, and entering into that within the veil, where Yahushua has entered as a forerunner for us, having become Kohen Hagadol forever, according to the order of Malkitsedeq. For this Malkitsedeq, sovereign of Shalem, Kohen of the Most High Elohim, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the sovereigns and barak him, to whom also Abraham gave a 10th part of all, first of all translated as sovereign of righteousness, and then also sovereign of Shalem, that is, sovereign of peace, without father, without mother, without genealogy, having neither beginning of days nor end of Chai, but having been made like the bane of Yahuah, remains a Kohen for all time. Now see how great this one was, to whom even the ancestor Abraham gave a 10th of the choicest booty. And truly those who are of the sons of Levi, who receive the Kehunah, have a command to receive tithes from the people according to the Torah, that is, from their brothers, though they have come from the loins of Abraham. However, the one whose genealogy is not derived from them received tithes from Abraham, and Baruch, the one who held the promises. And it is beyond all dispute that the lesser is Baruch by the better. And here it is men who die that receive tithes, but there it is someone of whom it is witnessed that he lives. And one might say that through Abraham even Levi, who received tithes, gave tithes, for he was still in the loins of his father when Malkitsedeq met him. Truly, then, if perfection were through the Levitical Kehunah, for under it the people were given the Torah, why was there still need for another Kohen to arise according to the order of Malkitsedeq, and not be called according to the order of Aharon? For the kehunah being changed, of necessity there also takes place a change of law. For he of whom this is said belongs to another tribe, from which no one had attended at the altar. For it is perfectly clear that our Adon arose from Yehudah, a tribe about which Moshe never spoke of concerning kehunah, and this is clearer still if another Kohen arises in the likeness of Malkitsedeq, who has become, not according to the law of fleshly command, but according to the power of an endless high. For he witnesses, "You are a Kohen forever, according to the order of Malkitsedeq." For there is indeed a laying aside of the former commands because of its weakness and unprofitableness, for the Torah perfected not, but the bringing in of a better expectation through which we draw near to Elohim. And it is not without an oath, for they indeed became Kohanim without an oath, but he with an oath by him who said to him, "Yahweh has sworn and shall not regret. You are a Kohen forever, according to the order of Malkitsedeq." By as much as this Yahushua has become a guarantor of a better covenant. And indeed, those that became Kohanim were many, because they were prevented by death from continuing. But he, because he remains forever, has an unchangeable kehunah. Therefore, he is also able to save completely those who draw near to Yahuah through him, ever living to make intercession for them. For it was fitting that we should have such a Kohen Hagadol, kind, innocent, undefiled, having been separated from sinners and exalted above the Shamayim, who does not need, as those Kohanim Hagadolim, to offer up slaughter offerings day by day, first for his own sins, and then for those of the people. For this he did once for all when he offered up himself. For the Torah appoints as Kohanim Hagadolim men who have weakness, but the word of the oath which came after the Torah, the bane having been perfected forever.